if anyone needs help and filling his or her own form, please, you can reach out to Abraham to help you sort that out if you need help. Abraham, please take your screen up a bit. Just go back to slide 1. Cool. Okay, good. Good evening, all. Welcome to Module 2 today. We will be diving into the world of business processes, and then we'll explore what they are and why they matter and how to visualize them using different techniques. By the end of this module, because we intend to have it, this module is going to be in 2 parts. End of the module itself, we believe that you have a solid foundation for analyzing and improving processes in any organization. Abi, can we jump to slide 2, please? So what is the business process? Let's start with the basics. A business process is simply a series of steps that lead to a result. Just think of it like a recipe where you want to cook. You just put in your palm oil or ground oil, it depends on what you are doing. You want to boil the meat. So it's that process that you take. So that's why I just use the word recipe. So I'm just looking at you have different type of processes, different steps, and all these steps in the organization, they're all, at the end of the day, or they're all being used to get to a particular aim or vision of the company or whatever it is. Can anybody just give me an example of a business process or any process that they know? Can anybody just give me an example? I always like my class interactive. Yeah.
Subscription of my TV cable, like DSTV.
Okay. So how's the process? So can you just describe the process? So what do you do? How do you go about it?
So first, you subscribe to the agent or the company, and you get an installation made, and then you have a specific subscription you pay towards the cable every month. And each month I have to log into my app to actually make that payment.
Okay, good. So I just want to pick out something that you just said, subscription. So you are the one that started the process. So first of all, you go and pay, or you pick a form or whatever it is. So that's the process. That's a good one. Any other example?
Customer cash withdrawal.
This guy likes money, which is true. So you put your card in the machine, and is it the machine you use or going to the bank?
Go to the bank. I was even thinking of going to the bank. I was thinking old school.
Okay. Okay. That's a nice one. So you initiate a process. You go to the bank, you fill out a form or whatever it is. You hand it over to the cashier. She puts it on her system. She checks some stuff. She's waiting for somebody to give an approval. So that's a good process. Anybody else?
I want to look at what I do. Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay, I want to look at what I do.
Okay.
For instance, in government setting, if you want to seek an approval, to carry out a project, you bring up your proposal. Then after which you write for approval from whoever that is your superior. And after the approval have been obtained, you now carry out the process of getting what you want to do done.
So that's a quick question, Ma. So that means you work with different departments.
Yes.
Or Okay, good. I just wanted to point that out, just to buttress what I'm saying about people. You have lots of collection related activities to perform a specific or to get something out. So that's why I wanted to just pinpoint. Anybody else? Thank you so much. Anybody else?
Yeah, let me add my 2 pennies here. I think a business process is, for example, if you have a project at hand, you have to have a framework, and that framework would entail what is actually required to make that business successful. So it's all about data collection. It's all about setting the framework and assigning tasks to different people to execute, and then a process of reviewing that business plan. That's the way I see it.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Where are the other ladies? We can't hear their voice. Clarissa, are you here?
Okay, I have one. Let me share one. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear. Yes.
Well, in terms of this business process, first, according to my job that we do, we have a client that we work with in oil and gas. So before we execute any operation or job for them to drill a well for them, first of all, we have some categories of steps we take, which we call DOS, design of
Still there.
And what are needed. These are the tools we have. Are they available to deliver services that are going to run the job? Then if everything is in place, and then if there is any change in terms of management of change, MOC, that will be implemented, they will also initiate it too. If everything is okay, they make payment, and then everybody sign, and then we'll go out and deliver the job. So by so doing, at least these are steps to take in case if there is any other thing within the change in the process map according to our business, then they will notify us, and they will know whether we'll go ahead or reject the system. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice one to go. Just one more last person to, anybody else, just one last person.
Okay, let me say like a business process, like if you are coming from the HRO angle of, let's say we have an opening in the bank, we have an opening for customer service officers. So it has to go through a process. They have looked at it that this branch, or we need more customer service officers. And then it goes through the HRO, not just somebody will just bring the person. So through the business process, it goes through the HRO. So they will look at it and then do a job posting. And after the job posting, we'll also look at are there eligible applicants, right? So when it goes to before the job, when you do the job posting or you do the hiring process, it has to go through the HRO manager to say, okay, this is what I want to put out there. Look at how it's going to be, and then it goes through approval to say, okay, this job can go live on the platform for people to see. And then within that period of when it will go live, they'll look at how many people have applied, and then those who are eligible, then let's see how we're going to shortlist candidates for this job position and then do the interview process. After that, we take them to those places so they can help us to perform that business which we actually want them to do in the customer service areas, because there's a shortage. I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, you are. Go on. You are.
Okay. I don't know. So I'm looking at it from that angle. So you know that, okay, that is part of the business process, and then the customer service for anything that has to do with the business, like in the banking sector, that people will come in, you have to go through customer service for your complaint or for you to get your, okay, they don't use checkbook that much again. Okay, for account opening and all that, to make sure that everything is going well, it has to go through the customer service and then to the operations head.
Okay.
And then before the account will now go live for the customers to start operating it. So I think that is part of the business process.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. So we for this explanations, we've all just given ourselves an assessment at the end of today. I just want to take down the assessment that everyone will just try and come up with a sketch of any business process. So we'll look at that in the next class. But for today, this is the assessment for today. Just come up with a sketch of any business process you can think of. So with a few explanations of scenarios you all have given, you have seen that I normally say we are all BAs. We are born BAs. You have seen that you have been involved in processes. Our example for today, we are going to look at a contact center. First of all, we have all one time or the other called into a contact center and maybe gone to tell them of why is my DSTV not working, or call the bank. My money is missing or something, or sent an email, or I tried a dispense error. So I believe we have all done that before. So while I'm using a contact center represents a business. So most of the times as a BA, you'll be brought in to either check what is wrong with this company. It might either be a contact center issue, because that's where most of the times we have failures. The jobs I've done where we had to look at what's going on in the contact center. So what happens, first of all, let me use a simple example. You receive an inquiry as a contact center agent. You log in the inquiry, you route to the department, and probably maybe back end it is resolved. You, the customer, you do not have an idea what has gone in the back end. Have you ever called contact center and they say, hold on, let me pass you on to the department, and they pass you to the wrong department? Has that ever happened to you before?
Well, not for you, Joe. At the class.
Hello?
Yes, it has. It has a number of times.
It has a number of times. So
it has, yes.
Yes, cool. And what happened? You just go ballistic. Can we
sorry, can everyone mute their speakers, please?
Okay, cool. So you just go, what's happening? Or have you ever contact had like sent an inquiry or made a phone call, and they pass you out to the right team, and the person now tells you, please, can you explain what is wrong? Yes. And you're like, what's the problem? Why will you be asking me? I just repeated it to XYZ.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
So because these are scenarios that you would meet as a BA if you are told to come and investigate and see what solutions you can provide. So let me use this example. One of the projects I worked on, we had this issue where if I called into the contact center, and maybe they passed me on to accounts, and the lady at the receiving end of account now says, yeah, sorry sir, what's the problem? And as a customer, you'll be frustrated because you just explained your whole life history to the contact center agent, and then you're going to repeat the same stuff. So we had to implement some new changes to the system so we used a CRM. It's called Salesforce. So Salesforce gives you a 360 view of your customer. So what we did was that when we implemented that Salesforce, we used that to gather all the information once from the customer, so that the customer will not repeat him or herself. And immediately your call is connected to the right department. They just continue from where they are going to. Meanwhile, the next department has seen everything that you have talked about. Are you a repeat caller? Did you call some time ago? How many times have you called? What products you have bought from them? So those are the things a BA will do, just to make sure that you give this customer that satisfaction that he or she knows that my problem will resolve when I speak to this person. So that's why I just wanted to think in our head as a BA. If you look at this slide 2, you're going to see like a little process, which I would do a demo at some point. You start a process. I think is it Lozier? You talked about they'll first of all confirm if there's if we can go live or confirm from somebody. You see this diamond here, it's called a decision gateway. I will explain when I do the demo of MSVC at some point later on. Please, can we go to slide 3, please? So why do we care about processes? Why processes? Why do we care about why our process should be seamless? Why should it be top notch? Why do we care about it? When you have a seamless process, it's very important for any successful organization. They make things more efficient, ensure consistency. The word scalability I use here means you can expand how you want it to be. Control. You can also enable performance monitoring and improvement because you have a seamless process. Communication, you are going to be able to clarify roles, improve teamwork. You know who is doing what. You're not going to, if I call into the bank now and I want to resolve an account issue, you're not going to send me to the agri team. You will send me straight to the account team. Do you understand what I mean? So that is why we need, our processes are very important, and they have to be very, very, very efficient, consistent, meaning that at every point in time, you are giving them the best you can, optimal level. Please, can we go to the next slide, please? So it's important to remember that processes don't exist in isolation. From the examples we all gave today, we found out that there's often a handshake somewhere where they're done with one part of the process, they send it to the next part, the next department, they're done with the other one, they send it to the next one. So it's a collaboration work. So as a BA, you'll be brought in to understand, understudy, shadow every department, every stakeholder that is involved with the processes in that organization. That's where I talked about that active listening, empathy, you need to be able to negotiate. So those are all the kind of things that as we go on, you begin to understand what I've been talking about from the onset, So I just talked about the contact center, which is the face of the business. So once the call comes in, the contact center agent, they know where to direct that inquiry to or that issue to. And for instance, somebody might just call because they want to probably they're like a new customer. As a BA, you also need to think to capture that. You might have first-time callers, so you need to prepare your contact center agents for those, equip them rather. We're going to get to that point where we will be talking about processes, identifying them, making changes, making recommendations on how to improve business processes. Let's go to the next slide, please. I always talk about the reason why a BA is needed is just to bring value. Every business wants to run and own. Profit is key. We all know that the reason why anybody opens a business is because they want to make profits. So, for instance, let's use our contact center. A contact center has a vision. They want excellent customer service and quick resolution. Projects I've worked on, one of our key metrics or KPIs is to understand that we want our calls to be resolved that first time calls. Your calls will resolve that first time. You're not going to come back and say, okay, this time we couldn't resolve this person's issue. We couldn't resolve this person's issue. Please, can you get back to you in 48 hours? Every business should aim to resolve these issues in 24 hours, or in fact, they have what they call SLEs. I don't know if you have ever heard of SLEs. They're called service level agreements. Service level agreement makes is an agreement like, if I have this customer as a gold customer, I want him issues to be resolved in 1 hour. Some customers are 24 hours, some are 48 hours. That is, sometimes you have what they call a gold customer, a silver customer, a diamond customer. I don't know if you've ever heard of those kind of customers before. Have you ever heard of those type of customers where they classify them?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So
Yes.
we'll look at all those are ways, all those are things that I have worked on to improve processes, where we classified all our customers and made them understand that, look, you know what, because of the agreement I have with you, I want your issue to be resolved in 24 hours or under 1 hour, under 2 hours. So those are just the kind of things I'll be looking at in the course of this project. Let's go to the next slide, please. We'll be looking at MS Visio today, just briefly. But before we look at that, has anybody done any form of sketching before? Any form of drawing? I don't want us to be confused with the big word MS Visio. MS Visio looks like, oh, what is MS Visio now? It's not a big deal. It's just for us just to understand. Anybody can just decide to it's easy to learn. You can go on YouTube. There's so many materials out there. I'll also share materials on how you're going to learn. Why I'm using MS Visio is that it's easy to access. Most of the times, as a BA,
what's MS? What's the MS before Visio?
Oh, Microsoft. So it's a Microsoft product. So you, as a BA, most of the times, you'll be asked to produce diagram, process maps, because, like I always say, picture speaks more than 1,000 words. So you need to know how, you need to be hands-on on processes. But please take it back to the previous slide before this. Something I missed out.
Please, what's a process map?
Yeah, okay. A process map now is just to identify. It's just like a map showing. That's why I ask people talk about processes. It's just to map out how things work out in different organizations. We'll take on one briefly just to show how a process moves from point A to point B. So sometimes as a BA, you'll be called in. So first thing you need to do is to understand how they work. Then you will now do what they call the gap analysis. We'll get to all the points at some point. Then we'll now do what they call a to B. So an assist now, we will just run that now on MS Visio. I will share my screen so that I'll be able to understand what I mean by a process map. Okay. So AB, stop sharing. Let me share. So this is, can you see my screen? Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So what we're going to do?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So what we're going to do today, I just want someone just to give me a simple process. We're all going to work together today. Give me a simple process. I might not have time to, talk about what it is and all that, but we'll just run through a process. So anybody can volunteer to give me a process.
Yeah, sure. I've got one in mind, actually.
Yeah.
So one would be prospecting.
Okay. Okay.
And then, yeah, go on.
Yeah. So you need to just walk me through your process. Just tell me what you want. So I'm going to start, but I'll just tell you, okay, just walk me through the process so that let's just see how that goes.
Okay, sure. So it's about recruiting new partners.
Okay.
So the first thing would be prospecting.
Okay.
Investigating line of interest. And then cold calling.
Okay.
And then introductory phone calls.
Okay.
And then understanding their core strategy and making sure it aligns with ours.
Okay.
And then the next part would be to set them up on our CRM systems.
Okay.
And qualify them in as partners. And then lastly, would to start transacting.
Okay. Okay. So I want I like that, but I want a simpler one for all of us to understand. Why I want a very simple one is because we will just take it from okay, let's try. I want to try that, but it might be some Okay, cool. So let's just start. So
how about a supply chain?
Okay.
A supply chain from manufacturer to the wholesale dealer to retailer, something like that. Simple.
Okay. Okay. I want something simpler for reasons why, because of I don't want to have too many swim lanes. I don't want to have too many handshake. It's just a new class. So
Okay.
yeah.
Can I say something? I don't know. There's something else. Okay.
Can I take one?
Yeah. Let me hear that. Yeah, sure.
So let's look at, before somebody wants to establish a private school. Can we take that?
Okay. So let's say for an example. So
for an example, you want to establish a private school.
So this is start. Let's say this is start.
This
Okay.
is start is
Okay.
for you to propose the name of the school.
Okay.
Then we do a name search to be sure that that name has not been used by someone else.
Okay.
After that, you pay for the name search.
Okay.
Then when it is sure that the name has not been taken by anyone, you go to an office where you'll be given the forms to understand what you are going into. After which, if you are ready to continue with what you want to do, we send some officers at the first stage to see what you have, After which, a report to be written on what was seen on ground.
Okay.
Then another level of inspection will also go up.
Okay.
To check what the first persons have reported on.
Okay.
Then if both reports are in line, then you might be asked to submit some documents which will require maybe you being the landowner.
Okay.
And your business plan.
Okay.
Your building plans and all that.
Okay.
So after which the ministry might decide based on the report to give you approval to start your private school.
So I like this one because you have lots of, someone will check somewhere, someone will go back and check, someone will now say, okay, you will not check. So let's just say for argument's sake, let's just start and say, okay, this is start, right?
Yes.
So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want us to understand your role as a BA. Now, in the process of this your example, there have been so many decision gateways. So let's go over it again. So let's say start.
Okay.
Start. The first step is what?
The first step is the name search.
Okay. Name search.
To be sure that the name has not been taken by another person.
Okay. So then from name search, what happens? If the name has been taken, what happens?
You'll be asked to pick another name.
Okay, good. So I like this particular one. So just hold on a minute.
Okay.
Just hold on a minute. Name search.
Yes.
Are you all seeing my screen?
I've seen it.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. So
yes.
Cool. So we have a name search.
We have the name search. The name is approved.
Okay, hold on. I just want us to do something.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So cool. So this is where we are now. Name search. So let me just quickly do this. Name accepted.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you'll be given the requirements.
Okay.
Like the size of the land.
Okay. Receive requirement. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
After which an office will be asked to go and inspect what you submitted.
Okay.
That is the land, to be sure that the land is adequate.
Okay. So if you receive your requirement, then an office will come as to say what? Office
an
inspection.
Office will come to check, yes, to be sure that what you have submitted are actually on ground.
Okay, good. So what if they get there and they don't, what is on ground, what happens?
You'll be asked to provide what is required.
Good.
Before they will continue.
Before they will continue, good. Thank you
Yes.
for this. This is what I just want us to understand about the business processes.
Okay.
So as a BA, they expect you to have put on your thinking cap, understand why this is happening. So I want us to follow carefully. Good. So you see now, name search. You see this diamond that I put here. This diamond is going to. I'm going to start connecting them, but I'll just say the diamond is what they call a decision gateway. So here, let me put name accepted.
Okay.
Put this. Let me come here to the connectors. So you start here. So your name search is done. We'll now confirm if the name is accepted. If it's not accepted, so let me do this. Good. So the reason why I'm doing this now is just to make you understand what you would do as a BA, because when you come in, you're going to check the process. You're going to do lots of documentation. You're going to do drawings. You spend sleepless nights. You need to put on your thinking cap, analytical thinking. And so let me just quickly put text here and say yes. And put here and say no. Requirement, receive requirements. Connector. Good. So you see all what you have just said. I have done it in just in how many texts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why we are talking about the tooling. Your stakeholders don't want to hear you say so much. Just go straight to the point. I will just put up this side and say, okay, sir, you know what? We'll start a name search. If name is accepted, yes. If it's not accepted, no. So what do you do when the name is not accepted? What do you do?
You'll be allowed to pick another name or to suggest another name.
Okay. So pick another name. Now I'm going to show you something now. You see this name that you are picking now?
Yeah.
It will take you back to the beginning.
Yes.
So do you understand what you would do as a BA? Are you guys following? Hello?
Yes.
Is everybody following?
Yes, you're following.
Yes.
You're following. So this is just
I've seen a couple of cases like this before.
What? What do you say? Hello?
I said yes, I've seen a couple of sketches like this before.
So this is what you would do as a BA. Your work as a BA is to come and inspect a process. Can anybody tell me what we can do to improve this process? Just looking at it. Let me take this out. We don't need this here. Can anybody just make a suggestion? There's no wrong or right answers. Can anybody make a suggestion what we can do?
Well, you can be asked to submit more than one name.
You can be told to bring what?
More than one name.
Okay. Okay. Right here, right?
Yes, so submitting up to 3 names.
Okay. Okay. You see, you're a BA already. So so when this is your process today. In the BA term, it is called as is, because this is how it is. So as a BA, you're going to do a gap analysis, which you have just done. Then you will now draw a to be somewhere and present both of them. So that's why I keep mentioning tooling, because you need to be very, 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 top notch with your tooling. It makes your work easier, straight to the point. You will not even speak too much English. As soon as you just get to the meeting, you just throw it on the, if you're using a projector, if you're using Teams, you're using whatever it is, you just throw it on it. And when they see it, they understand what they want. And they say, oh, okay, we want to go with this. So after office inspection, what happens?
After the first inspection, it is done by humans and there could be errors. So a second team will be sent to inspect.
Good. So now there's a decision gateway. Good. So let's do this. Let's just do this. Let me just copy this and paste here and say, and just call this come back pointer. And just call this, let me go come here, connect it, and just say, so this office inspection now, so let me just go back to text and say, why did they have to send a second team? Yes, why they have to send a second team? So as a BA, you need to be asking questions. Why do you need to send a second team? So let me know why do you need to send a second team? Why do you need that second team to go? Why can't the first team do all the work instead of wasting money and sending out another team? I'm just asking.
Yes.
I'm just asking, yes.
To get another opinion.
So what would that opinion do? What would that opinion do to the outcome of the decision of the first one? What?
The first team.
Actually, sending a second team is a waste of time and waste of resources.
Thank you very much for that. Go on, I'm listening to you. Okay, you see, that's your job as a BA to check the process. Okay, I'm listening.
Because if the officers are well trained and we are sure that the report they are giving is genuine, then there's no need of sending a second team.
Okay, very good.
I think a second team will be sent if there was lack of cooperation from the proposed organization. Okay. If we don't give them everything they need first time, they would send a second team. So we need to make sure everything is in place.
Okay. Okay. Any other suggestions? So let's take this out. Let me take this out. Let me take this out. And say, irrespective of the outcome of the first team, irrespective, a second team must go.
Must go.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
So let me say office inspection 1. Let me do this and say office inspection 2.
2.
Okay. Okay?
Yes. Yes, and I can give you a reason for that.
Okay. So what's the reason? Why are they going the second time?
I can guess.
Okay.
We can act like a check and balance because because sometimes relationships do happen. So you could have made a relationship with the first team that is even making you cut corners. Second team has like an audit team because now you have to start establishing a relationship between two teams. I'm just guessing. I don't know whether that's right.
No, you're right.
Okay, safe to say the second team that is going, they have more, they are higher officers.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay,
yes,
that makes it that
officers.
Officer.
Okay.
So they are going to collate all these results or whatever findings they find. No. They will pass it over to the second team.
Yes. The second team, they are higher officers.
Okay. Okay. So you see now, as a BA, I'm going to ask you different questions.
Yes.
And as I'm asking you,
I'm documenting. The second team will run the approval process.
Okay. So what happens when the second team is back?
It will be submitted to the higher authority for approval.
Okay, good. So let me do this. For argument's sake, let me put this one. Let's put text and say submits findings and file to who is higher approval. Let's say an office. Let's use an office. Let's say to DG.
Okay.
Okay, good. So for argument's sake, submit to DG. So when we get to DG, so what does DG do now?
It gives the final approval.
Good.
And issue a license.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this for argument's sake. Now let's do this. And say, let's take this pointer tool. Let's come here and do this. And say, so the GG can return the file and say it is not correct or it's
Based
not complete.
on the recommendation of the
because you cannot just do an approval without going through it. You must have gone through it also and see that, okay, do you need some adjustment here or why is this like this? So before you can approve it, so you can also get it returned back.
Okay, good.
Yeah, right.
Good. So let's just do this now. So we have come to the end of this argument. So let's just say text and say approved.
Not approved.
Yeah. So okay, approved. And say, let's put this for argument's sake. So let me just copy again. Let me just do this. Paste. Let me move this. And pointer tools. Come here. So let's say approved. Sorry, let me do this. So while I'm taking my time to go through these processes, this is what you're going to be doing as a BA when you're told to come, to check a process. For you to make things easier for yourself, you need to know how to use all these tools. It's very, very important. So let me come back to text and say yes. And let me say no. No, I'll just put no. I'll write some stuff there. So let me just come back to my text and say, so when the DJ approves, so they receive what? Receive
license.
Received
Issue
license. Okay. Okay. I want to use receive license because it's just a word, because we have to be careful with our word. Receive
license.
Okay. Receive license. So if the DJ does not approve, he might either minute it to any of these departments.
Yes.
He can say, okay, let's go back, send it back to maybe he says these guys didn't do their work very well. Send it back to office inspection 1. Yep. So this is just a process map. Just, for all what you have just said. Okay, yeah, hold on 1 minute, I'm coming. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's see. Sorry, I'm coming. Let me just do this and see. End events. So the event ends here. Good. Let me take this off. Good. So yeah, I can hear you. Who has an input?
Yes, the requirements. What happens when requirements receive?
What happened when what?
The receive requirements state after name as.
Okay, so yeah.
Your volume is low. I can't hear the question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay. Name accepted. Okay.
Yes, the receive requirements state. So what happens when the person that wants to have this school not work with the requirements? Is the process going to be ended on?
What?
Yeah, I'm not hearing her.
Yeah, I can't hear you. So this is just I can't hear you. So we are just taking a hypothetical. So okay, let's start all over again. So start the name search. Is the name accepted? No. You pick a new name. You go back to square one. If yes, submit approved name. Office inspection starts. Inspection 1, inspection 2, submit findings to and file to DG. Is it approved? Yes, receive license, and it ends. If no, sends back, and you start the process all over again. So all these are the process we just talked about. We could further now say, okay, as a BA, this is what I have come to see. This is your original process. And during the call, they might say, no, this is not how it's done. There's something here that is missing. So these are the kind of skills I need every one of us here to have. So I will be able to, come out, as a BA and do the work that we have been either paid for or probably employed for, and also improve the process of that business, and also add value to them and to yourself. It's a very tasking world as a BA. It makes you think a lot. Sometimes the money is mouth-watering as well sometimes, but then again, you have to do a lot of work, and again, you have to be equipped. That's why we sent you that form to fill, to understand where you are in tooling. We might not be able to give you all of it all, but at least you need to have the basic of the BA skills, which we are going to provide. Infinix Tech will do that for every one of us on the call. Is there anything anybody does not understand about this process? This is a hypothetical process from one of us in the class, but I'm just saying, if there's anything you don't understand, our next class will go further, we'll dig deeper, and begin to handle the bone of it. Today's assessment, like I said, just do a sketch. It could be of anything. Just do a sketch of any process you can think of in your head, and we'll share that when we meet in the next class. I hope today I've made some sense. Is there any questions at all?
You have.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's going to happen in the next class, but I'm assuming that when you come up with this as is process flow, there are some rules of thumb or some identifiers that let you know this process needs improvement. Maybe something like there shouldn't be more than 4 steps, but I'm just saying, or there should be more than 3 decision boxes per something. So what are those things? Is this something you're going to discuss in the next class, or is this something worth discussing now? Like if I'm a BA and I've done a process flow, what can I just look at? I'm a medical doctor. Maybe I'm looking at an X-ray scan. Like I just say, oh, something's wrong here and there. If I look at a process flow, is there something that pops out to us based on what we're supposed to look out for that lets us know, oh, these areas need improvement, those areas need improvement, just without even knowing what the process even is at all.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you mean, Mr. Taiwo. Thanks for that. So let me explain something to you. So what happens is, as a BA, so for your assist map, you just have to state it as it is. Whatever process you find on ground, I would advise not altering it at all when you are doing your process map, because every vital information is very important. It could be what you have cut out of the information that might be the key to your.
I don't think you got the question. Sorry.
No, I'm coming. I get it. I'm coming. So I'm coming. I get it. You're asking rule of thumb and all that. So when you have done that, and at the end of the day, you probably maybe want to recommend a solution. It is not just for us as BAs to decide what is taken out. We will do an assist and recommend. We can have as many decision gateway as possible if it makes the process easier for everybody. There's no hard and fast way about it. That's what I'm just saying. Sometimes we have not come to this part of called swim lanes, where you go through different departments. So let me do this. So you see this I'm putting here now. I could probably put name search office is different. I'll just put it here and goes to the next department. But here I'm just putting everything together on just one spreadsheet, because one line, because I just want us to have a grasp of it. Then as we go deeper, I will now begin to understand other parts of it. I understand what you mean. You could also see what they call like a data object. We'll come to this part, we'll talk about it, where this process now, are they sending a message? Is there an email? Is this something? Is there a message flow? There's a sub process in it. So it's a very deep hole, which we would take as it comes at them.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, yes.
That my question.
Yes. So any other questions, please?
Please, I do not have the dev form.
Okay,
Hello?
You don't have the you don't have what?
I've not been sent the form.
Yeah.
Is it to my email or WhatsApp group?
In the chat here, you're going to see. Just check the chat.
Don't worry. I think I'll send it to.
Is
I'll
it
send it
the
to the
chat?
WhatsApp chat.
Yeah.
I'll send it to the WhatsApp, so everyone can
Okay.
find. Yeah, easily
I've
as well.
submitted mine though.
Okay, cool. Okay, the back office will have a look at it, and then they will get back to everyone and see how we can find a way around to upskill the best way we can for everybody in the class. If any other questions at all? Anything not clear?
This software called?
What?
This software, this app, what is it?
MS Visio, Microsoft Visio.
Okay.
Yes. So any other questions?
Yeah. So as we go forward, how do we support? What support do we get to download this software?
We can get it. We will try and find a way around it, because you can have the free version, which is the one on Microsoft Word, but I would advise that if you are in Nigeria, you could probably just get the one off the shelf from this Computer Village guys. It's I think maybe like 1K or there, but I'm not too sure the cost now. But you need it you can just get it. But if you have someone that has a license, he could be able to share with you. But then again, just get it off the shelf from one of the computer shops around you. Because if you can get it, then we'll just play around with it.
So my question is, the assignment that we are giving, is it going to be in form of this MSV?
No. You could just sketch
map.
Just sketch something. So you see how I just did that. So first of all, you can see the circle means task. Thank you for bringing that to mind. So I just want to give you just the triangle is a task. The diamond is a decision gateway. The decision gateway is it takes you to either a yes or a no. Just sketch something. I just want you to just sketch something. Just sketch. It doesn't have to be MSVC for now. I don't want to put anybody under pressure. But I'm just saying, just sketch something. Then we'll all look at that on the next class when we come to the next class.
All right. Thank you.
Someone has their hand up.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sorry. I'm not seeing. Okay, let me stop sharing. Okay, cool. So I can see everybody. Okay, whose hand is up? Alaji Jibril. Okay.
Jibril.
Okay, Jibrin. Alaji Jibrin, go for it.
You're mute.
Alaji Jibrin is not saying anything.
If you can.
Yeah, I'm not the host of the meeting. AB, can you unmute him if you're here? Okay, maybe it's not.
No, I can't.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So if there's no further questions, I just want us to enjoy our evening, and we'll look forward to the next class. Thank you so much for having me. Also, thank you guys for also joining as well. I hope we've all learned something today.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Take care then. Speak
Thank
soon.
you very
Okay.
much.
Yeah,
Okay then. Bye. Okay. Good night. Cheers. Okay. Bye then. Okay. Bye.
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 Bye.